this is Janet Feld, and I'm the Chief Music Officer of Janet's Planet Music Lessons for Humanoids. And I wanted to invite you today to join me for my weekly guitar lesson with my friend, colleague, and fabulous teacher, Avi Salloway. Say hello to me.
Hey, good to be with you all.
All right, Avi is an amazing musician, fabulous teacher, and also has a band, Billy Wilder. You should check them out. They are amazing musicians, great songwriters, great stuff. So, the purpose of having you join me for my lesson today is because I'm always talking to you guys about how when I go to my lessons, just like with you, that there's all sorts of train wrecks. And I was talking about what, my weekly train wrecks in my lesson, and one of my students was like, yeah, I doubt there was any train wrecks. So I thought, why don't I just record my lesson, and then you're going to get to the inside scoop on all the train wrecks that happen in the course of my lesson.
Real time.
In real time, baby. Alright, so I hope you enjoy it.
Alright, so let's pick up, we were playing a gospel tune, a spiritual called Glory, Glory, Hallelujah.
Alright.
And this is one that I first learned from Mississippi John Hurt, great finger-picking guitar player from Avalon, Mississippi. And we're going to play it a little closer to a Carter family kind of style.
Right.
And we'll be playing in the key of D. And this is one we've played a little bit together.
Yeah.
The melody is based in the major pentatonic scale. So maybe let's review that first. We're going to play at the open scale let's start here first on the tonic. So D, we're going to play 5-note scale. Nice. Nice. We're combining position 2 and 3 of the major pentatonic. The third position being starting on the third note of the scale, F sharp. Try that. But in the third position, we'll play the E as a key on the D string. Nice.
And then, boom.
Yes. Feel free to play drop D if you want to have a few octaves.
Yeah.
So let's play that one more time, see if you could do that.
Train wrecks. In real time, baby. In real time. Let's try that again.
Alright. Nice. Excellent. And now if we want to play in open position, we're going to be using the second position, starting on the E. Yeah, so try that. Then you have the open B. Yeah. Exactly. Nice. So that's, if we're playing down in this part of the neck, we can really weave those two scales together, those two positions at the same scale. And we had worked on playing the melody and kind of using both of those positions. So let's give the song a try. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can jump outside of that position if you'd like, going up to the 4th or the 5th. And And one good technique of like being able to weave those different positions together, because often you hear people soloing and they're not just playing. They're not playing just in that position. And one way to get there between the positions are, if we're here on the tonic going D, E, and then an F sharp, sliding up to the F sharp is the next. And then again. And you can move up your first finger now. So. One more. And slide it back. And if we slide with our third finger, try that. Yeah, exactly. Now we can do that in any position we want. So here's D. And then A is going to be here with our second finger on the 10th fret. Yeah. That third finger for the slide. Third finger as our sliding finger. Exactly. And then that same thing, D here. Yeah, exactly. So that's a great way to get between the positions is going from 1, 2, 3. On the sliding from 2 to 3 is a great way to navigate between the positions. Nice. Great. So why don't you play the melody first up front, and we'll sing together, and then we'll trade off some solos after the choruses.
Alright, now keep in mind, while you're watching me do this, we've played this song once before. I played it about 2 weeks ago. I have not, in the last couple of weeks, practiced this song at all, but I have played it before. Alright, so just to set the stage here.
And for next week, she'll practice it once or twice.
It's true, I'll practice it once or twice.
You heard it here.
That's right, I'm committed to it. Just like I tell you, 5 days, 10 minutes, scale song done.
Nice. Alright. Do you remember the melody? Yeah. And then that last phrase, hallelujah, yeah, inside me, nice, 1, 2, 3.
burden down.
Together. Going, going, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Going, going,
Hallelujah, since I
laid my burden down. Play one. Going up on the mountain since I laid my burden down. I'm going up on the mountain since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Play one. Nice. Play one. But I'm feeling so much better since I laid my burden down. I'm feeling so much better since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Traded. I got this one. Again. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Since I laid my burden down. Nice.
All right.
Great.
Yeah, that was
So,
fun.
so you got to hear Janet. She was playing in the open position to start, and then we saw her working up the neck, which was really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and finding her way and recognizing if you didn't hit the note that you wanted and trying to search for where the closest one was. And something good to think about is they're in the Western scale, and on these fretted instruments there's only 12 tones. So if we're playing in a major key of D that has, 8 or 7 tones, there's a good chance the note you're looking for is only a half step or a whole step away. So if I'm like playing right here and I'm like, and maybe it wasn't quite the note I can get, my ear can tell me shift up to that F sharp, the major third versus the minor third, and being able to like kind of go with the flow of your own mistakes into forming a new idea.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, and one thing that just to try to pay attention to is in the excitement of playing a song and the solos and the energy, it can tend to speed up. And paying attention to like keeping that energy without speeding up, and that momentum without letting it be a faster tempo.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I also want to point out, because first of all, when Avi and I were going back and forth, we were going back every 2 bars. All right, so
Yeah,
you
2
really have to
and
pay,
4.
sometimes, 2 and then 4, so you really have to pay attention, like which chord was I on, and that's very tricky. And the other thing is that, Avi's playing is an excellent example of we work hard to make it look easy. So, just thought I would mention that.
Yeah, cool.
Alright, what's next, Maestro?
Nice. Let's try a tune that we haven't played together. Just
Sounds great.
It could be from scratch. I was thinking Bob Dylan, "Walking Down the Line." I don't
Alright,
know if you've ever played that one.
I never have.
All right, or maybe even heard it. So this could be a fun opportunity to.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard it before.
All right. So this one is also in D, so it's a good segue as we're working in the D positions.
Very cool.
And I'll play through maybe a chorus so we can get the feel, and then we can work on the melody and playing it together. It goes like this. I'm walking down the line. I'm walking down the line. Walking down the line, feet to be flying. Tell you about my trouble, my got a heavy head gal. Got a heavy head gal. I got a heavy head gal, she ain't feeding so well. She'll be better on the town hotel. I'm walking down the line. I'm walking down the line. Walking down the line, feet to be flying. Tell you got trouble in mind. And then we'll break. Excellent. So that is the form for 95% of the song. There's one verse that has an extended part of the verse, and I'll sing that just so we can go over it together. In slow-mo, it's my money comes and goes. My money comes and goes. My money comes and goes, and it rolls and it flows, and it rolls and it flows through the holes in the pockets of my clothes. I'm walking down the line. Want to try that one?
Why we, hashtag why we love Dylan.
I know. Keeps rolling and flowing and rolling and flowing through the holes in the pockets of my clothes.
Why he won the Nobel Prize.
Right.
Right? Ready?
So, money comes and goes. My money comes and goes. My money comes and goes, and it rolls and it flows, and it rolls and it flows through the holes in the pockets of my clothes. I'm walking down the line. I'm walking down the line. I'm walking down the line. Feet to be fine. Tell you about my trouble of mine. Nice. You already got it in your fingers. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So let's see if we can play the melody based on our ear, just hearing the song. So try to sing a line and then play it. So sing the first line.
I'm walking down the line.
Right. Yes, nice.
I'm walking down the line.
Nice. And welcome back.
Alright, so we're doing
we just started to learn Walking Down the Line.
Oh yeah, I was working out the melody there.
Right, and you were playing it between
All right.
second, third, and fourth position, but let's try practicing our fourth position of the D major pentatonic scale. So first we'll play that, starting on A.
Alright, you know what I was saying is that this is a scale I've actually practiced.
Nice.
So I do actually have a little bit of muscle
Great.
memory with this position.
Excellent. Yeah, there's our root G. Great. So if we're going to play the melody on this position, why don't we start on F sharp on the B string. And then nice. So let's try that in time. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give us a little opportunity to bring a little more inflection by combining second and third third and fourth position. So try that. So third finger on F sharp and slide it back. Third finger as our sliding finger.
Okay.
Nice. And just to throw in a few other techniques we worked on bending. Yeah. Pinky on A. Nice. So then we have the slide. Third finger is our sliding finger. Yeah, exactly. And to being able to bring in the slides and the bends to bring a little more inflection and personality to a relatively simple melody. Because when we're singing, we're like, I'm walking down the line, walking down the line.
Right.
You know, those are not just, you know,
Right.
you know, we're bending those notes when we sing them, so it's great to be able to bring that into our fingers on the guitar too.
Cool.
Cool. So why don't we try the melody one more time, and then give the song a go. 1, 2, 3. Bends in there.
Woo!
Nice, yeah. And maybe we'll just review one other thing with the bend is that kind of classic country lick.
So you're holding the A down with your pinky?
Anchoring that A without bending it at all, and then I'm bending the B string with the E up to F sharp.
This is why you practice your scales so your fingers are strong enough to do that.
Yeah. Nice. Exactly. So be able to reference that if you feel inspired to when we're playing through the song. Great. And then I guess one thing about the ending, what I could review with you right now, I like to tag it and then have a little call and response. So like the last time, I'm walking down the night, I'm walking down the night, I'm walking down the night, feet to be flying, tell you got my trouble mind. I'm walking down the night, feet to be flying, tell you got my trouble, tell you got my trouble, let me tell you about my trouble mind. And then the melody. Open D. Yeah, so the last chorus would be I'm walking down the line, feet to be fine, tell you got my trouble, mind tag it. Yes, I'm walking down